That's it? I'm surprised.
This
You're so little.
This one's a double XL though. It's like a fucking dress on me, but yeah, I'm an XL. So we go and I don't know. It's like it wasn't our crowd. No one was there. But then there was these two very mature women.
Cougars.
Yeah, cougars.
Okay. So I was like, mature as a cougars?
Very mature looking 21-year. No.
And they just start dancing with me and my buddy. And like the age gap was pretty noticeable. Like people around us were like watching us, like and everything. So we close out the place with them, and then they give us a ride back to his place, and then we ended up, picking like our own cougar and
Build-A-Bear workshop.
literally. Except what happened was he got the funner one, and I got the, I guess, weirder one. So we split into literally like two different rooms. There's like two walls that separate us, and me and her are about to do it, and she, goes like, "We need to wear a condom," and I go, "Of course, I get it." So I drop all over naked to his room, and I go, "Hey, you got a condom?" And then he goes, "Yeah," and then he throws me a condom and slams the door.
How good of a friend is he that he carries multiple condoms? He's got backup condoms for when you go to other people's houses.
Trust me, there was not enough backup because when I went back, and I don't know why, she was just like not wanting to fuck or something. I think she was just there for the ride, and then she just happened to get in a situation that she was not about.
Mm-hmm.
So like she would just take the condom off and then like not do anything though, and just like kiss my pelvic area, like, and I was just like, "What is this? Now I have to go fucking get a new condom." And then she goes, "Oh yeah, of course, protection." I'm like, "Yeah, don't take it off again." So I come dribbling back again naked, like, just dick flinging and shit. And then he throws me a condom again, and he goes, "I think that's the last one." So yeah, and so some more bullshit happens, and basically history repeated itself again. She just takes it off, and she goes, "Whoa, we need to wear a condom." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know we do." So, but this over that like time period, that was like a solid 45 minutes of like both condoms coming off. So when I come back, I knock on the door, and no one says anything, and I just open the door, and my buddy's on the ground, starfish, just like arms, like he was making snow angels on the ground.
Yeah.
All right, and I go, "Hey, I need a condom," and then he just goes, "Oh, dude," he can't control his breathing, and then she's all like, "I got you, babe," and then she goes to the car to get her condoms, and I go, "What happened?" He goes, "She just ate my ass." And so I was like, "Were you like holding your legs up? How was she eating?" Because that was the first, I want to know how the fuck.
Change the dye?
Yeah, was your legs up? Like, were you doggy style when you were just like looking back at her while she was eating your ass? I was like, was she like jacking you off and like eating it? And then he's all like, I don't know why, but he never told me like the position he was in.
I don't know why, but he didn't tell me the intimate details of
I
this
just
anal
wanted to
encounter.
know if he held his fucking legs back or if he was in doggy style.
Brandon wanted
There's
to
only
go
two
try it.
ways for a guy.
You may have been listening to too many other podcasts.
Or like, did he just hold his knee and be like, just like. But yeah, that like changed his life, and ever since I've been wanting it.
You've been wanting. This is where his obsession for ass eating has come.
No, it was already there, but then a buddy finally experienced
Oh
it,
no.
and it was very, like, if you saw his face, and if you saw how this man changed, yeah, you guys would want it too.
No.
So what happened with the chick?
Oh, I knocked out on her. I pretended to fall asleep.
Wow, you pretended. So you didn't knock out. You just pretended.
I mean,
to sleep.
you know,
No,
sometimes
but
you get tired of shit.
in the pretending, I did fall asleep.
Okay.
So, and then, she goes, he fell asleep while we were fucking. And then my buddy goes, "You fucked him asleep. Good shit." And then I'm just over there in the room, like, laughing. I'm like, We didn't fuck. Like,
Goodness.
Sometimes I feel like
we did fuck, but it wasn't. No, we did fuck, but it wasn't like what I wanted. It was like 2 pumps and then she would kind of like stop. I don't know. It was weird.
It definitely got the weird one then.
I got the weird one. He got the fucking freaky one.
Sometimes I feel like we're almost the same person. So a few friends and I.
That you caught them eating ass too?
No, there was no eating ass. But a few friends and I went to a weird. I think they were called Dayglow parties at the time, but it was
What parties?
like Dayglow. Now they're called like Life in Color. It's a paint rave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we went to that. And before so it was me, 2 buddies, and then a woman, and we went from where I was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, up to Raleigh to go to this fucking rave thing. We got there a night early, and we were drinking and going like a bar or something. That was the first time that probably not the first time, but I got confused for a bouncer because we were waiting to leave the bar, and I was just watching the girl dance because she was fucking drunk. And I was leaning against a wall with my arms crossed, and some dude walked up. He's like, "Thank you for what you do." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "You work here, right?" I was like, "No."
Was that when you first started gaining weight after the Marines?
No, I was in the Marines at the time.
You were
It's like jacked.
you were super skinny though in the Marines. You showed me pictures.
No, I wasn't.
It was like,
I was still over 200 pounds.
yeah, it was just
I
fat.
haven't weighed under 200 pounds since I was 19.
Me too.
Yeah, but you're just fat. But yeah, so then things happened that night. The woman ended up having somebody drive 2 hours up to Raleigh to pick her up at 2 a.m. and take her back. So it was just us 3 going to the rave dance party thing. We all got matching outfits with
Hold on.
neon green, neon orange, and neon pink, and we alternated. So like one of us had a pink hat, one of us had an orange hat, one of us had a green hat, and then we also had socks and suspenders. And we all had different colored each one, and none of us were wearing the same colored things.
But they were all the same items.
They were all the same items. And then we were wearing white shorts and white shirts, and one of us was wearing a tutu. And we were like, I don't think I'm going to go for a tutu. And he's like, no, it's called peacocking. Trust me, it'll be fun. The idea being that you wear one thing that is so absurd that it's really easy for people to start a conversation with you. So we ended up going to this thing, and we were like, all right, well, alcohol in there is going to be super fucking expensive, so clearly we need to pregame a little bit, which is why I blacked out for the entire thing, because I pregamed a little too much. And when we got inside, he bought each of us 2 tall boys, and then right when it was starting, I stopped remembering. And then I start remembering I'm at the front of the crowd fucking
ass.
with... No. Why would I be at the... No, I'm messing with the people next to me, because I'm standing up against the rail, and there's like a guy and his girlfriend, and they keep trying to pull my arm off the rail. But I'm strong enough that like anytime they pull it off, I'm just like, it is back. And I just keep doing that until somebody fucking pulls me over the rail and walks me out. So that's when I started waking up. But after that, we went to a couple bars.
Blacked out again.
Still drunk as shit. One of the guys, I don't know where he went. The guy in the tutu, no idea where he went. The other guy, we ended up at a bar together, and as it was getting like really late, he comes over and he's like, hey, I'm talking to this chick and she has a friend, so I need you to wingman with me. We're going back to her place. And it was 2 mature women. And he got the fun one. And I ended up in like the son's bedroom or something with the other cougar who was just like not interested in having sex at all and passing out. And then like the next morning, our friend that was in the tutu was like, where the fuck are you guys? We're like, I don't know. We're in some suburb like 20 minutes outside of Raleigh. You need to come get us.
The guy in the tutu, where did you guys go?
Yeah, he was just like, what the fuck happened?
He goes, I'm peacocking. Where's everybody else?
Well, I mean,
it's called, right?
Peacocking. Well, no, it actually worked. Because we were like walking into the line as the line was building up before they opened it up, and people were just like, hey, guy in a tutu! So yeah, no, peacocking works.
I believe it. I mean, you always got to be the one to stand out in those type of things. Then you have more fun. So then you meet interesting people. Maybe get some free drinks.
Yeah, I mean, you're You're a woman. Things work differently for you.
That's true. I just get free drinks if I'm just sitting at a bar. They're like, oh, you here alone?
Yeah. Like,
Where are
oh,
your parents?
are you here? Hey there, little girl. Where are your
Hey.
parents at? No, they just walk over like, oh, are you here alone? You're like, no, my boyfriend. I'm talking to people. Like, this is my friend group. It's like, oh, it's unfortunate that you have to be alone tonight. Like, no.
I have yet to have that happen to me where someone, like, every bar I've been to, I've never been alone, so no guys ever come up to me, hey, you here alone? I'm like, no. No guys ever bought me a drink.
To be fair, they would probably see you in that situation and just come up and be like, oh, are you lost?
Probably.
Did you lose your mommy?
Yeah, because I always look like the youngest person at the bar, but not in Japan. Japan, I looked normal age because everyone in Japan.
It was one of those moments in Japan where you're like, these are my people.
It's like I fit in.
I'm just darker.
Yeah.
Mom.
I'm just a weird looking Japanese person. I actually had a moment like that. So when I was in North Carolina, I started going to country bars with my two friends that were both from Texas, and they would be like, no, you're not wearing that. Like, that shirt's all wrinkly. You need to fix it. We need to get you a button down. You need to dress up.
Oh man.
So I got used to doing that to country bars, like wearing button downs all the time. And then I went home to Alaska for like 2 weeks, and I went to a bar with friends, and it was in the winter, and I was wearing a hoodie. And in the bar, everybody was wearing like Carhartt jackets and hoodies and like normal clothes. And I was just like,
Oh my
my
goodness.
people. Like nobody here dressed up.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the
great.
night that I almost bought cocaine.
Nice.
Nice.
What stopped you?
My friend going, you're not buying cocaine.
It's like, this is not a good idea.
I was drunk over at the punching machine and like fucking around with all the people that were over at the punching machine, and I made like a friend over there. And then one of my friends it was never really bad, but he had done some drugs. And I had just gotten back from deployment, so I was like, I had money, so I was like, I'm gonna buy you some cocaine.
And you're like, okay.
And then one of the guys who was at the punching machine was like, I know a guy.
Oh.
So I was like, all right. He's like, how much do you want? And I was like, oh, I think about this much. Then my other friend, who was much more sober, came over and was like, what are you doing? We're leaving. You're not doing that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh man. I only have like one cocaine story where like someone on Facebook, like from like my class, like messaged me and was like, oh, if you ever want some white candy. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I don't want white candy. I'm like, no, this is not happening. And then of course when I ask him for acid, he's like, nah, I don't got it. I'm like, you only have white candy.
The OG,
Very different drugs, to be
Very
fair.
true.
The OG like work crew at my work, like you know how
The
like
OGs.
like
Yeah.
you know the very first ones. You know,
Oh, jeez.
they were super coke heads. Like so.
That's why they don't work there anymore.
Well, no, it was
Are you
like
kidding? They'd be amazing. They're just sitting there like
well, yeah,
chopping up all the stuff on the fucking stove.
Oh, like
all their
like
tip
Roman.
money like basically went to coke and all that
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
But when you're a server at my restaurant, you make like pretty fucking good money. Like you can work like it's
Just
basically
Sunday.
yeah, just Sunday.
And be good.
It'd be okay. But no, like if you work like less than like if you work like 30 to 40 hours at like one of the locations, like it's straight up like $30 an hour as a server.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, and that's after tipping everybody out too, and you're still like making money. And so all of them were friends. And one story with coke, this one guy, one customer went to the bathroom, probably shaved off a piece of the rock and like did a line because he just straight up left a rock on top of the toilet, like the whole rock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like at least $400 worth of coke just right fucking there. Like it was like a nice solid brick, just there. And so one of our workers took a piss and just went, "What the fuck?" And just like put in his apron.
Yeah.
And just went, "Who the fuck's doing coke right now?" And like
He just comes up to you guys like, who the fuck?
yeah, because that was one thing they never did that work.
Just that one person.
No, none of them ever did. It was either right after, because like if you worked there,
They were responsible cokeheads.
yeah,
That's good. I'm glad.
like most of the time it was like if you worked there,
Never hear about those.
you go to work at 5, and then your after work, like your whole schedule just gets shifted. So after work you don't go to bed. After work you do shit, and most of the time, since none of
Coke.
them, yeah, since most of the time none of them had nothing going on with their life, they would just all party with each other every day after work. And so they have the rock and we go, fucking keep that shit, like it's ours now. And it's like, fuck that, they shouldn't have it anyways. Our restaurant, you know. And so
Our restaurant.
And so then the guy who left it in there, like maybe 10 minutes later, realizes that he left a fucking rock there. And he goes to the bathroom and then comes out and then goes, hey, did you guys happen to find like a cell phone in there? A white cell phone? And then, like a big white cell phone. And,
Oh man.
and we're all like, no.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
When she goes, we can check the lost and found. And then he's like, no, it's okay, don't try that. And then like 10 minutes again, he goes up to the same server and goes, did you happen to find like my nasal stuff in there? I had like stuff in there for like clean out my nostrils. And he goes, no. He goes, it's not. And he got mad and he goes, hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about, but no one found anything.
Oh man.
Yeah, that
He
guy
must
got
have
pissed. He paid and left right after the second time.
So this was just a customer?
Yeah, straight up
Okay.
customer just left a rock in the fucking thing.
So what Braden's saying is where he lives, there's tons of coke just going around.
Oh yeah, no, everybody does coke where I'm at.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy, like just in general, how many people just do coke. I know at least like a couple people from my class that still do coke at parties. I almost tried it. I did try it once actually.
Like,
I love how often your stories are like, I never tried it. I almost tried it. I tried it once. Okay, I'm a cokehead.
Okay. Fucking half my paycheck goes to it. No, okay. I've only done it once.
Was it with those OG coworkers?
No, I never did it with them. But I don't know. Well, I almost did it with them. We all went to Palm Springs one night for just one night. I don't know why. And because like it's crazy because like no joke, like you can get super drunk and then you just do a tiny little line and then you just go, oh, I'm back to normal. Like I never I didn't drink 8 hours. Like it's bananas. Like they never took coke just to like do it. It was like they would get super fucked up on something
And then take it.
then do coke, just so they can be back at neutral. And I was like, what the fuck's the point? Like if all you're doing is just sobering up. I'm like, why don't you just do coke by itself and get all amped up? He's like, no, it doesn't work like that. We do it.
I mean, that is how it works. It's just you're choosing not to use it that way.
And yeah, he's like, so we get super down and then we just get super back up. So it's like we just started the night again. So it just none of us gets in fights. I'm like, I don't think it works like that.
I mean, it works like that for them.
Apparently.
It works like that for everybody because like other friends I know now, like that's what they straight up do. I think one of my friends is a straight up mule for a drug dealer.
Probably should talk about that.
Yeah. So something I've actually heard is really good, and this was from a acquaintance's mid-level drug seller who was also a stripper. She recommended Molly and acid at the same time.
I've heard some people who have like mentioned that too. They're like, you should, if you're gonna do acid, you should also do Molly. And I was like, what?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you feel amazing and you're having the hallucinations.
That's true. Yeah.
What if your hallucinations feel amazing?
They probably would.
Yeah.
Just by looking at it, like a visual stimulus.
Well, I mean, that's
To be
kind of
honest-
how acid is. Like, if you're watching something or you're just looking at something, you're like, this is awesome. Like,
I
nothing could
spent-
be happening.
I spent half an hour in Ryan's backyard
You did. I was so scared for him.
in one of those chairs with the giant blanket that he has, the fuzzy blanket that's my blanket. I was like wrapped up in that, laying there, looking at the stars, and I had picked one star that was like the main star, and then I was imagining that was a superhero that was actually floating really far off the earth and was actually closer than all of the other stars. And then like all the stars around them, I imagine, had formed like a second dome. And then like stars are also really cool because there's like the spaces between the little dots, so they like pulse and like shift. And that's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then when we first started, we were in Ryan's room and we had all the balloons for my birthday just in there.
She really liked the balloons.
And I really did. They were great. And then we'd be like, oh, that one's like by itself. That's the enemy. No one, all the other balloons don't like it. And then Maisie was sitting on the chair. This was before Ryan's moon was moved around. And Maisie was just sitting there. She looked like she owned the balloons. We came up with the whole story with Maisie and the balloons. And then Shakira would come in and then walk out. She's like, I don't want to be a part of this. Just walk out.
She's like, you high motherfuckers.
I wasn't in there for most of that. I was out back, sitting in that
Because-
chair,
Because,
looking at the stars.
yeah, because like he was like, oh, I want to jump into the pool. I was like, what?
I also jumped into the pool that night.
You did?
I didn't. I walked into the pool that night.
Yeah, Ryan jumped in. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna stand here. I was like cold, just standing out there.
Just watching.
That was also more the beginning of the night, though, and I thought that I had brought extra shorts.
Oh, so you went in your shorts?
And then
Why
got
didn't
out
you just
and
get
went
in
out.
your undies?
Because you weren't there.
No, that's just like what you do when you don't have,
I mean, I thought I had extra shorts.
like you didn't want your mushroom tip to show or something, or?
Yes, because Ryan and Daisha are the people that I want staring at my mushroom tip.
Well, you want to be out, just like the outline through your underwear.
I mean, the problem is that if I take my basketball shorts off, then it's gonna be out because my boxers only go down mid-thigh.
You wear boxers or boxer briefs? Are
I
they tight
This is
or
the
loose?
ultimate
Are they
question.
tight or loose?
I originally bought. I think they were boxer briefs. I don't know. It's been a while since I bought them. Although I need to do it like soon.
So the elastic is like all worn out on it.
How
Is
long
it-
do you guys wait to buy more underwear? Because
It's
I know guys can buy them like packs.
I have really big thighs, so like
I just
the
get
middle.
I just get XL boxer briefs. That's it.
the middle of mine will always end up like with holes and like ripping.
So how long does that last you? How long until you have to buy more underwear?
I don't know,
I buy like 2 packs a year.
something like that.
Oh,
Pack a year, 2 packs a year, something like that.
girls have to spend way too much money on underwear. I hate it.
You guys choose to spend way too much
That's
money on.
true.
So one of the things, okay, so they talk about the pink tax, and they're like, this razor for men is less money than this razor for women, but they're the same razor, and it's like, buy the one for men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women
You
just
guys
try to...
could buy dudes boxer briefs.
No, they wouldn't fit the same.
You're right, they wouldn't fit the same, but you know what they would be? Underwear.
We have to wear tight jeans, and
You
We
don't
don't
have to
have
wear
to.
tight jeans either.
we don't have to. But I mean,
Yeah, but then
When-
like the outlines show if you wear boxer briefs and tight jeans. You can't do that. That's
So
what the
you
G, that's what the
prefer-
You're right, you're right. You can't wear tight jeans and boxer briefs.
No, that's what
So do
that's
you
what G-strings
prefer-
are
Exactly.
boxers.
That's when you go
Boxer
tidy.
briefs?
That's when you go like tidy whities or like you can get banana hammocks.
for. Thongs.
Yeah.
I can't wear thongs. I don't
Although
wear
those would probably be
thongs.
baggy on the front for women.
What, thongs?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean men's thongs, banana hammocks.
Oh yeah, we just had to be like, "Ooh."
It would be like there's supposed to be something here.
My ex-girlfriend brought me this underwear that it was like the European like looking Speedo, but it was underwear. It was like boxer briefs except the leg part was like short, so it, like the leg part would be like right at the bottom, like from my bulge. So instead of like boxer briefs, you know,
Yeah.
like halfway down the thigh,
I get what you're saying, yeah.
they were just up here. And I was like, holy shit, I've never worn shit like this. And it was like super soft and everything. And like I still
And
have
he
it.
hasn't gone back since.
And so then I don't know why, but she put it on. But you know, the underwear comes with like with the bulge area. Like
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
padding, but there's like
Yeah.
the lining.
A little bit of extra material there,
Yeah.
so that you're not
So
like.
she puts it on and she goes, I actually like this on me too. And I was all like, well, you got a bulge going on right now. Like, I don't think you should just like do that. And then she looks, and you know, it's not full. It's just like crease
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all that.
We understand. We know that you weren't dating.
All male.
And then
Or
she got
transgender.
like all embarrassed, like I don't have one. I'm like, no, but like you can tell that it's empty.
I don't
I'm
have
like,
one, but there is one right there.
But there is a fat dick right there. Just to let
Have you been
know.
doing testosterone? Because your clit is huge.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened to your nails?
I fight them.
Yeah, but Jesus.
So do I. So how was everyone's weekend? What
It's not the
everyone
shortness,
do?
it's the stuff on the sides that
Yeah,
worries
I
me.
bite them. When I run out of nail, I go for the skin.
That was great
Biting
for the
nail,
weekend.
you're just like eating.
You're just eating a finger.
You must eat
Because
something.
what happens is I'll get the nail, and
Yeah,
then
and it'll drag over, and then
and
you'll
then
like
it'll
start
drag
getting a little skin
over.
on the side. Yeah.
No, and then like the hangnails come
Yeah.
out, and then it just happens to go for skin too.
Yeah, I got an abscess on my thumb because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like all the edges, like the parts where the skin grows back, it's like all calluses. Because it's just for like over 10 years I've just been biting them.
You need to
my
start dipping
goodness.
your fingers in hot sauce.
Like watch, feel this right
No,
here.
I'm
Feel
good.
feel how hard that is.
I'm good.
Yeah, I can bite it right now. It won't even
No,
hurt.
I'm good.
Please don't.
What are you
Oh my goodness.
doing?
Okay, Logan, how was your weekend? What'd you do?
It was
Callous.
good. It was. It was good. I went to see a friend.
Oh yeah, a friend.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
How was San Francisco?
Oh
was good.
yeah, the
It was a good
married
time.
lady.
Yeah, I went up to San Francisco for the weekend.
You fuck?
In the words of a very wise Canadian man, it's impolite to kiss and tell.
Fuck? I'm not asking you to kiss. God.
Listen, Brennan, I understand that you get jealous sometimes,
I
and
know, it just gets me horny.
even if I talk to other people, it doesn't mean that I don't love you.
No. So you did fuck.
I just love these 2 fingers of you.
Your hands are very clammy today.
They're always kind of
Because
clammy.
you just fucked.
Yes, they're clammy today because of my trip over the weekend.
Maybe it was like,
It was that life changing.
Oh my
Because it was that life changing.
Oh man.
I was making snow angels.
she ate your butt.
That was the implication, yes.
I know.
But no, she didn't.
You should ask her.
I'm good.
See if she's ride or die.
So this
She's ride
weekend
or
was
die.
just Mother's Day. So
Oh, yeah.
how was your guys' Mother's Day?
Oh yeah.
My brother came over. We had lunch with mom. I got her flowers.
Did you fuck?
My brother.
Either.
All right, my question was way easier because you are actually fucking.
Wait. Why was that a difficult question? That should be an
No,
easy
like
no.
not easier, like more applicable
What is it- what
to
is
your
it-
situation.
What is it about that question with your situation that makes it a hard question?
Because why would I fuck my family?
That's an easy no.
And no.
Don't worry, we all believe you.
Did you call your mom?
No,
Did you text her?
no.
Cool. Logan's a great son.
What? We talked semi recently.
Like,
Some-
hey, eventually Happy Mother's Day when it comes up.
No, she sent me was like Thursday or Friday. She sent me a Facebook message. There was a picture of her that had been face swapped with a man, and
Oh,
she
that
said,
big.
"Yeah," and she said, "This is your father's boyfriend." And I said, "Oh, so you guys found filters?" And she said, "We didn't find filters. I work with young people."
That's fine.
I worked all weekend, so I barely saw my mom. I was just like, hey mom, hey, happy Mother's Day.
Hi.
Sent her a text. They went to San Diego, so they went without me. They were like, well, she's working. So,
Why weren't you in San Diego? I thought you just lived in San Diego now.
no, I live in Menifee still.
Yeah, but I thought you lived in San Diego.
No, I live in Oceanside, not San Diego.
Oh, that's the
I
same
basically
thing.
live in
Idiot.
Oceanside.
It's the
No,
same
it's not.
thing.
They
It's
were
the
like
same.
by the base. Ryan's like nowhere near the naval base.
Ryan? Oh, the naval. I was
Yeah.
gonna say he lives
That's
right
why I
next
said,
to the base.
That's why I said naval. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
wait, he's
second
by the
time.
Marine base.
Yeah, his backyard is Camp Pendleton. What are you talking about?
It's very true. Very true. Yeah. Did you get anything for your mom since Logan apparently is the bad son?
I'm not a bad son.
I bought my mom one rose and a salon gift certificate.
Nice. I got something free from my store and then bought her some Ram flip flops.
See, my goal is it's simple. I just keep working, eventually get rich, and then buy her a house in Ireland. And then it's like, here's for
Why
all the
Ireland?
because it's an amazing place.
Does she want to go to Ireland?
She's talked a lot about. I mean, we've been to Ireland.
Oh,
When I was 16, they took me.
he has adventurous parents. I do not.
We did three days in New York, like a week in Ireland, a day in Edinburgh, and a couple days in London.
It's tons of trips. I never go on trips.
I mean, that
don't
was
have,
no,
like-
that was all one trip.
Yeah, I never like go on like family trips like that.
And
Our
then-
family trips would consist of, oh, we're gonna go to San Diego for a day and then come back. That's it.
Well, see, the thing was that I had an aunt who taught social studies, and she never had kids, but she told all of her nieces and nephews, whenever you guys turn 16, I'll take you anywhere in the world that you want for 2 weeks. So And then when I was like 14, some things happened with her and my brother, and there was a little family falling out, and my parents were like, we don't know how she feels or if she'll take you somewhere, so we'll take you to Ireland. And I was like, I mean, me and her are fine. I don't see why there'd be a problem. And it's like, no, don't worry, we'll take you to Ireland. It's like, you guys just want to go to Ireland. We're like, yes, but still.
Oh, that makes sense.
So when I was 16, my aunt took me to Japan for 2 weeks,
Nice.
and I got to have hot dogs with lettuce, which was weird. And we did a baseball game in the Tokyo Megadome, saw the Golden Pavilion, climbed Mount Fuji, did a whole bunch of stuff.
I've yet to win. I wanted to go to a baseball game, but I was always at work. So my parents, like when my mom got tickets, like with her, like with the Navy people, she's like, oh yeah, I got a ticket. I'm like, why would you tell me this now? I was like, I have work. I could have requested the day off and gone. She's like, yeah, it was super fun. I'm like, thanks, Mom. Like,
There were small Japanese ones. Instead of having like the American style big dudes yelling about beer walking up and down the stands, they had small Japanese ones with kegs on their back walking around.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like mini kegs on their back, and they were just walking around selling beers.
Cool.
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Um,
But no, I didn't get to go because my mom doesn't like me. So, well, this thing is about to die.
and yet you get her presents.
Yeah, because she gave birth to me. She
And
brought me
that was
into
years
this
ago.
world.
That was years ago.
Well, she still helps me out money-wise sometimes because I'm broke.
I like how you lead with she gave birth to me, and then you're like, also I kind of owe her a bunch of money.
I don't owe her a bunch of money. Just when I need it, I ask if she gives it to me if she has it, which most of the time she does, and then sometimes she doesn't because my parents are also broke because they have multiple bills and a teenager that lives at their house.
You really went on that a lot longer than I would have. Telling everybody about your financial situation.
I don't care. Oh, this died, so that means we're done.
Bye bye.
That's our producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, it's not my fault.